Hi, this is Michael Arias, and welcome to another update on the Australian dollar. So, overnight we had this move up, and you can see that I've put in the extra labels there just to highlight um, how these waves always repeat at all degrees of trend. If identified correctly, you can put them on a chart and put them on the internet, and people will like it. Right, it's just the way it is. The trick is, though, you need to know how to identify the waves correctly each time. That only comes through practice. But knowing that there is a way that you can do it, it is possible. To me, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about showing that off because I think it's really important. So, where are we exactly? So, basically, we have broken through the start of wave E, which impulsively happened. Now, this is very similar to what we saw back. I'll just go to the 1 hour chart again. Back here, when we had this wave E broken, right? It's very similar, except we're now in wave three. So the next wave E is this one up here, right? But this wave E is a small degree wave E's, right? So once you get to the point where you can start identifying them at all degrees, you start to realize how fractalized the markets are. Everything is completely piece by piece put together by these patterns. And that right there is what I teach, right? And I have something starting January 2nd, um, basically webinars to teach this exact method. Now, regardless of what anyone says or comments about RS Wave, they have no idea what they're talking about. When it comes to Elliott Wave, yes, that's a bit more established and people can have their views on it, but I just find it pointless to even go there anymore because people generally don't care or don't even know Elliott Wave properly anyway. So it's hard to sort of say things. So anyway, what happens from here? Well, the truth is that if this is wave, the third of a third wave, at least for this portion of the move, then what's going to more than likely happen is that we're going to continue higher impulsively and basically just break through that magenta line, right? So that's the important level that we need to break. What we're seeing here is just a very small beginning clue to what's going to happen, right? So basically, like you can just put your stop right here under that level right there if you wanted to, right? Instead of having it at the lows here at 66 cents or 0.66292, you could have it basically up at 0.67085, right? That's the sort of thing that this means. It creates support, right? Unbreakable support. And when I say unbreakable, it means that if it does break it, your analysis is wrong and you shouldn't have had it there in the first place. You shouldn't have assumed what you assumed. Therefore, you just lose less if you are wrong. So, if you really wanted to make your stop really long and you have a higher risk tolerance, obviously it would be back where we thought this wave E ended, which was this small wave E, very small wave E, by the way. Um, Not usually that small, but I have seen them that small. So that's the only way that I can identify moves is by using the waves. So therefore, you can either try and guess or have an opinion that it is a wave E or it isn't, but then the market will prove to you whether it was or wasn't. The only difference is your confidence level. It's either non-existent or it's very strong, very confident. And that's exactly what it takes, or one of the things that it takes to create an effective methodology. Not only do you need to install it into your subconscious so you actually believe what you're doing and don't go to try and change things or get emotional, but at the same time, you know, the back testing that you do once you learn this is equally important, because you need to convince yourself that it works. And if you don't really know, then you can't convince yourself, right? So what I have done is convince myself that it works. Um, Try not to really talk about that too much, because people tend to not like the overconfidence. But when you're confident, you can say, this is the level that I'm wrong, this is where I'm right, and what I expect this to do is to start to move impulsively to the upside and literally go straight up from here. Okay, just straight up, right? Break that high, continue higher, right? And we're in wave three, so this thing's going to move, right? That's what I'm talking about. If you don't have that level of confidence to say that type of thing, well, then I don't know what you're doing. Okay, I don't know what you're doing in the market. You're just gambling. You're here for a good time. The casino is also fun for that, by the way, and it's way more fun actually. So, if you're looking for fun, just be careful if you're choosing trading. It's actually quite boring compared to the casino. So, unless you're not gambling and you're using something proven and you believe it, well, that's all right then. But just make sure that it is, right? And don't fool yourself, because fooling yourself, well, you're just going to end up broke. And that's not really what the aim of the game is here. All right, so in a nutshell, just showing you how the waves do work in this manner that are predictable, because that's why I put up the chart yesterday. I'll link them, the video and the chart down below. So you can see, yes, I did leave it open for you to suggest mentally. Did you see it? Did you not care? Did you ignore it? Well, if this move happens, I'm pretty sure you won't be ignoring it. So hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.